Right, as usual, before we start, here's a list of trigger warnings to be on the watch out for. If these do bother you, please do not watch this video. But if you want to continue, then here we go. Alright, let's go and get this game going. Let's see. Alright, so I guess we're finishing up the dream sequence from before. However, this is home to me. Right, so it's finally Sunday. Right. Morning dawns bright and clear the following day. Although the air still feels muggy and I miss the chilly autumn weather, it's one of those rare weekends when I'm up even before my alarm rings. I can't do that. God. If it wasn't for Zach's call last night, I'd probably sleep in. When 9 a.m. rolls around, I'm on my way to Ermengarde Mansion. To think I have to go back there again. I'd be lying if I say I'm excited. I don't have to anymore. Rose happily gave me the paperwork duty when I volunteered. We're on the last phase of the sale too. Well, almost. Papers to sign, documents to finalize, various other legalities to settle with current owners and all that. Still. Never mind that it's the new owner. The new owners want everything within the week, when the process typically takes more than that. They want it done, we'll get it done. I really don't understand rich people. But money can do wonders. I won't be surprised if they're able to push the process just a little more, like what they did to secure the house. The point is, I'm under an obligation to return to the house anymore. Writing is an option, of course. I can now move on to another property and forget everything. However, at the end of the day, it's my conscience that wins. What if something happens to those who have seen the letter? Ash, Zach, Becca, Miss McCullough, the Wrights? The guilt follows me in my grave. Will follow me in my grave. The mansion looms as we approach. Whispers coming back to me, shadows calling. I hope this is the last time. Hi, priest dude. They were engaged in a quiet conversation when I find them in front of the mansion gardens. But even with familiar company, it's impossible to feel at ease here. No matter who I'm with, the feeling of being watched is there, as this very place itself is aware of trespassers. Zach, on the other hand, doesn't seem to notice. Or he simply doesn't care. Or he's already used to it. I can never tell with him. Sometimes he's almost as hard to read as Ash. Almost. At least Zach doesn't have much patience for dealing with Ash does. And that says plenty about him. Miracle of miracles, how the two ended up as best friends. He waves at me as I approach. True to his promise, Zach has brought his friend with him. Father Norman. Somehow I expected him to look older. Yeah, that's true. Oh, don't be surprised. I don't really know what to do for this guy's voice. Oh, don't be surprised. They say people who have found their calling are getting younger these days. Sorry, Father. I didn't mean to say that out loud. No offense taken. Though I admit I'm a bit surprised. I didn't think someone would ask for this house to be blessed after all these years. You heard about it, Father? In passing. The occasional rumors and the talks about the locals. Nothing new. You don't spend years in the service of the church here without hearing a random hearsay here and there. You never mentioned what you thought of those, Father. But he who gets down to the grave does not come up. He shall return to his house. No, he shall never return to his house, nor shall his place know him any more. But what I saw may not be what you think. It depends on what you think about what you meant by it. If you're talking about spirit beings, angels, demons, then yes. Or you're talking about spirits of people who have departed. The word makes it clear that once the seas have left us, they are gone. But of course, I didn't come here to bore you with a lecture. No, it was enlightening, Father. Thank you. Just remember that God, who loves his children, would never let them linger once the time comes. That's what my papa often tells me. Your father must be a good man. He raised you well, no doubt. Well then, shall we? Regardless of what it is, I'm sure the mansion's new owners would appreciate such sincere intentions. From a stranger, no less. He lets Zach and I walk ahead. A relief. This way he won't see how tightly I'm clutching these straps in my bag. Father Norman's probably trying to put me at ease. But the worry, the cold, restless, foreboding feeling has firmly lodged itself in my stomach, making its presence known with every step we take towards the house. Hey, are you okay? Place gives me the creeps. It really does. I think if I was in this situation, I would be freaking creeped out too. I mean, oh my god, I'm seeing things, and everybody's doubting me. Oh god. It's hard to lie when Zach gives you that look. I want to see how the relationship changed. Okay, it's still good. It went up again. Man, I have the best relationship with this guy out of everyone. I only just game-wise met him. But I'm still sorry about Rebecca. It's hard to lie when Zach gives you that look. It's just there. The kind that implores, a silent appeal. I'm not sure if he's doing it unconsciously. Another breeze blows and I try not to shiver. I try not to listen to the voices that may or may not be there. This place really gives me the creeps. It doesn't seem more than an ordinary house to me, though. Damn, I should have brought my camera with me. I saw a few areas that'd be good for a shoot. Do these new owners will allow it? Shh. What if you catch something or someone in those pictures? It just means they want to be seen, doesn't it? Don't ask for it. It's not like we can. It's not like we can stop them if they do. You're not really helping, Zach. Alright, sorry. Don't worry. I don't think whatever's inside the house would do anything. I'm here, yeah? I'll take care of them. Or I think I can. You're not that scary, but thanks. It's true, I like this guy. He's so nice. He's such a sweet guy, god. If something happens to him, I'm probably gonna cry. I'll be sure to run behind you if I see one. Ridiculous talk, though the temporary reprieve it lends is more than welcome. He offers me a smile in return, the least he could do. In a slight motion of his head, he gestures for us to move ahead, while my own fears are left forgotten for the time being. The things inside my bag clatter softly against each other while I rummage for the keys to the mansion. I should have heard the telltale jingle by now, but didn't I put it in my bag last night? Seconds later, I'm sitting on my heels, and one after another, I'm taking everything out of my pocket, every slip. It'll be a pain to put everything back later, but I'm sure it's just under these. Nothing. Oh man, I all times forget. Something the matter? No, I'm sorry, Father. I think I left the key. No use coming with an excuse, and right after they both taken the time to come as far from the city. With a heavy sigh, I grab the door handle and pull myself up, a string of apologies at the ready to my tongue. Careful, Bella. We spoke with the current owners. Well, technically you're not yet the owners, but there's a brief moment of confusion. Then I'm following. The momentum of the door swings open, pulls me back first in the mansion foyer before I can make sense of what's happening. Ow, my back. Oh my god, I fell again. Ugh. What the? Isabella? No time to nurse my bruise on the back or make excuses, because next thing I know, Zach's standing to pull me up right by my arm. Rose looks down at me with a mixture of apprehension and something I can't quite place. I'd say it's relief, but... Oh, sheesh. Good going, Isabella, right after you volunteered to work on the papers. And standing right behind her... Maybe I'm right. Yeah, Mr. Right. Oh, Isabel. We always meet in the most interesting circumstances. A complete understate, darling. What are they doing in my house? Abruptly, he waves his hands at Zach and Father Norman like their presence is slight against his own. I thought you said you would do paperwork duty. What are you doing here? Like a deer caught in the headlights, Unfair, Rose. That's putting me on the spot. It leaves me with no other choice but to answer. The reason I'm here... Well, spit it out, Lily. Lily? Is that like a nickname, or... Or does he actually think my name is Lily? I don't know how I should feel about this one. But okay. We don't have all day. I'm just here to make sure everything's fine before you move in. I'm so sorry, Mama. You said I'd go to hell if I lied. I would likely after this, but there's no other way. Well, it isn't entirely a lie. I make sure no one disturbs them after they move in. It just so happens that when I'm checking for and trying to drive away paranormal activity. Oh, the house appears impeccably fine to me. Wrong list. Whatever. Mr. Rice shifts his eyes around very carefully, as if he's looking for faults in every crevice of the house. The grin on his face, though, when he returns his attention to me, is similar to what Jordan had often given me when he was up to something. I wonder what that means still. I don't know. I barely know English, for God's sake. Usually a scare prank that inevitably ended in me crying. I never did forget the way my brother sneered at me then. Also, Kuya, I guess, means brother? Maybe? Part of me thinks that perhaps if I hadn't seen the object of his mischief in his childhood, I would have grown a little braver. Oh yeah, so I guess it is a nickname. Come on, little Lily. Lying doesn't do that cute little face any justice. Oh my god. Are you? Okay. I'm a very patient man now. What are you really doing here? Right now, in the face of the most identical expression, perhaps even crueler than what I'm used to, the lie I told falls apart. Well, the truth is, I was thinking that the house could be blessed before move-in day. And why would we ever need the house blessed? For luck and protection? I shook under his scrutinizing gaze for a second. For a second, I think he'll start shouting at me. Instead, he laughs. Not the mocking, jeering kind, but one wondering if he's hearing things right. I say he's amused, but I honestly couldn't understand what was so funny with what I just said. Was it really that weird? Wasn't it a custom here? I wish Becca was here to explain this kind of stuff. That's rich coming from you. When we sold Devlin Court, you didn't. It's a small custom back home. I thought it'd be nice to do something that would bring positive energy to the mansion, since this place has been empty for years. In the papers, Isabella? I hope you didn't forget. I hope you did those first before this. Jesus Christ. Of course I did. It's almost done, in fact, but there's some items I still have to double check before finalizing everything. You know I don't sign without a thorough inspection. And well, this is what this is for too. I just thought it'd be more efficient to do both at the same time. Here I thought you didn't want to go back. A job's a job, Rose. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living. Oh well, if that's the case, then go ahead. Not to be so hard on Rosie. I personally think it's a nice touch. I was actually thinking the same thing, but you beat me to it. Really? Darling, Buttercup, please. You know these things don't work. No offense meant to the holy man, of course. But that isn't... Yeah. No. I can't say that one. All of a sudden, there's an awkward silence that even Rose, of all people, seems reluctant to break. Although a desire to do so is evident in the way her eyes so nervously shift to Mr. Wright. Meanwhile, Zach's grip on my arm suddenly tightens. He doesn't say anything further, but there's a conflicted look on him when I glance up. That's the face he only makes when he desperately wants to give someone a piece of his mind, but chooses not to do so. Mostly to avoid confrontation or fan the flames into an argument. He's always been like this. Even among his own friends, he chooses to take placating stance despite holding his opinions of his own. Not that I won't say anything. I know Mr. Wright's a client, but You can't just say that in front of other people. In front of Zach, no less. If Ashton were here, I know he wouldn't stand for it. And neither do I. There's a reason why boys back home never touched my younger brother again after I gave them a taste of their medicine. He might be inches taller than me, but I'm pretty sure I can still land a hit or two. Please don't punch the client. I mean, yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice, like, and everything, but please don't punch the client. Maybe. If only I'm not getting in trouble with BRC for it. But before any punch can be thrown, Ma'am Hannah cuts in. Lucille? Oh my... I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for your name. Lucille Mitchell Wright. In a voice too firm, demanding his complete silence. What? Instead of answering, she merely crosses her arms and shoots her husband a sharp, disapproving glare. That seems to have done the trick. He immediately shuts his mouth, but not before muttering few inaudible words under his breath. At this, Ma'am Hannah could only sigh and roll her eyes, more than happy to get back to the topic at hand. I'm sure she knows what she's doing, love. She's got us the house, remember? Who knows what a little positive vibe can do? It can even give us what we've been eagerly waiting for all these years. What have I been waiting for? I don't think I was informed of nothing you should worry about right now. I kind of wonder too. Does she mean kids or does she mean something else? Anyway, we still got things we need to discuss with Rosie here. Over lunch? Hope you don't mind, Isabel. I'd love to take you with us, but... Oh, no, go ahead, ma'am. This will take time. That's why the two of us are working on this. Rosa says she's about to murder someone. Probably me. At least she won't have to stay on the haunted property. She's getting a better end of this deal, if anyone asks me. Oh, wonderful. I hope next time the three of us meet, it'll be over a closed deal. Of course, ma'am. Please look forward to it. Rose hurriedly handed me the keys to the house before leaving, mouthing reminders to secure the place and harmless threats of throwing her under the bus. In return, with a reassuring smile of my own, even if she's the one who often forgets, and just like that, gone, just as quickly as they appeared, fleeting from one scene to the next, and leaving me wondering if this is simply what was typical for the rich and famous. If so, I'd rather stay with my rundown apartment or our little shack back home. But still enjoy the smallest things after all. Alright. So I guess it managed to get from daytime to nighttime, evening time. Woo! But the house is big, it's not surprising the ceremony takes a few hours to finish. The sun's already high by the time we gone through the last room. Oh wait, it's just afternoon. Okay. I can never say I'm a devout follower of my own faith, even with Mama and Papa's teaching. But hearing every word Father Norman uttered as we walked around the house put me at ease. All of a sudden, the mansion doesn't seem so scary anymore. Maybe there's an end to this? Or perhaps this is the end. You wish. This is a horror game, so we all know this is not going to be the end. It's just going to come back with a vengeance. Alright, so it's afternoon again. Father Norman bids us goodbye upon exiting the mansion grounds. He has business in a village nearby, he says. A minor gesture to reach out to the members of the parish every once in a while. It reminds me of a distant memory, of helping hands and a few kind smiles that helped my family through when times were tough. But before he leaves, Isabella, a word before I go. Zachary has been forthcoming with your situation, and it is something I understand. It wasn't his to share. But whatever burdens you, know that it is not a permanent fixture in your life. Besides, you have people to bear it with. I brought back the harsh retorts before they came out, masking us to smile as we waved the good priest off. His words, though meant comfort, only left a bitter taste in my mouth. And if they don't believe you, what am I to do? A hand briefly lands on my shoulder, taking me on my thoughts before they take a sullen turn. But my smile doesn't quite reach my ears when I turn to him. Say, do you want to go somewhere? Right now? Where to? Anywhere in the city? I'll leave it up to you. Sure, let's go on a date. I'm not hurt. I've got some stuff to buy. Groceries. There's a shop I want to check. Is it real food this time? Let me guess. Rebecca? She's just worried about you. Even I can't eat that much instant noodles. Think of it as a talent. That's not a very good talent, Isabella. Let's just go, Zach. A smile, a real one this time, void of any unpleasant thoughts. Regardless of what happened between us the past few days, I don't want to think harshly of them. I just want to have a good relationship with all these guys. I know I'm kind of screwing up with Rebecca and everything, but so far, other than Hannah and Luke, which I don't really know if I want to have how I feel about Luke at this point now. If he is racist, I'm really upset. But fine. I just kind of feel bad that everybody else is going up besides them, but Rebecca's going down. And she was supposed to be one of my closest friends. Plus, I get a feeling that if I do have a good relationship with them, it'll make things easier in the story. Maybe? I mean, I'm kind of hoping so. But they're still supposed to be my game friends, so I don't know. Zach had me wait on the nearby bench upon arriving, prior to going off somewhere. He hasn't returned since, and it's been a good 20 minutes of being left alone entirely with my thoughts. It's not always good. In this weather, the city park gives off a lazier and more languid vibe than usual. Where children are usually seen running around playing, there are now people leaning against picnic blankets, enjoying the summer afternoon. The smell of food drips from the nearby carts, and if the wind blows in the right direction, one would catch a whiff of freshly trimmed grass. Oh god, that's a nice smell. I miss that smell. I'd gladly sleep on this bench if it wasn't for anyone. Soon enough, I see his hulking figure running towards me, carrying a medium-sized box in one hand and casually waving it with the other. What'd you get? He's panting when he reaches my bench. Sweat drips profusely from his forehead, but there's a grin on his face. Sorry, the line was really long. Really long. You don't have to run. Sit down first. No, I'm good. I didn't want to make you wait for these. I already know what's in the blue box before he opens it. Ooh. Oh, I love you, Zach. Cinnamon rolls. All 6 of them topped with white cream cheese glaze. God, I love this man now. He got me food. His cinnamon roll said that. He's a cinnamon roll, for God's sake. The very same one I bought after I sold my first property. After I met Zach, Ash, and Becca. Funny how such small things can trigger a distant memory, no matter how mundane it is. I don't say no to free food, but why is he giving me these now? What for? He leans on an empty space next to me, wiping the sweat off his forehead before answering. An apology. And as thanks for yesterday and the other day. You don't have to buy me anything, Zach. You were upset. You haven't been yourself recently, and people kind of miss that, you know? Are you just saying that, or... No, really, Rebecca told me. You know how she is. Ashton, too. Ashton was an ass. He should have been named Asheville instead. He went a little overboard, yeah. I can talk to him if you want. He'll still tease me about it, even if Rebecca tells him to stop. Besides, I can handle him. You always do. And yesterday when you talked to me through my slump, I thought, hey, I want our old Isabella back. Are you still upset? There are times when I wish Zach had been my big brother, or Becca, my older sister. Maybe my life would have been a little easier with them. Maybe Papa wouldn't be as sick as he is. Maybe I wouldn't be alone here. But then again, if he is, then If he is, then if they are what I wish him to be, I wouldn't be here. I would have met Ash too. Life back home is tough, but for all that, I wouldn't change for one selfish wish. In this city of 68,000 people, I have people I can depend on. 3 of them, in fact. When you think about it, when you compare the number to the odds of finding someone like them amidst a sea of nameless people, I'm lucky. Thanks a lot for today, Zach. You didn't have to, but you did. I could always count on you. Just me? Not Ashton or Rebecca? Oh boy, they won't be happy to hear that. I don't mind being the favorite, though. Nope, no favorites. But you cook better than both of them, so that's a plus. It's always been food to you, ain't it? Don't put it like that. You make it sound like I'm a glutton. I know I am. I'm not saying you are, but it does feel good to know there's someone I can invite for food and be able to eat all of it. Only that? I thought we were art buddies. Oh, that too. But the food thing really stands out. When you think about it, you do eat a lot for someone your size. Low blow. I take pride in my height. So, is it okay now? Do you feel better? Does it still scare you? A little. I'll be okay. I'll figure it out somehow. It's not as bad as the other day, and Father Norman helped too. I should have brought something to thank him. Oh, we could visit him anytime. He loves hearing from the young ones. He isn't that old, is he? I don't know. He doesn't tell. I think I might have seen his face on him before. I couldn't quite recall when or where. Not just he looks like his boss, or the bartender from the local pub if he squints. Don't take his word for it, of course. He might have accidentally inhaled something from the forensic lab when he said that. This time the laughter that comes from both of us is genuine. Back to the usual. Things might not have been the easiest lately, but it certainly isn't the worst that have happened. We do end up sharing similar roles between us, despite Zach's insistence that it's only for me. But more than food, there's relief and contentment. If you need anything, just ring, okay? Just when Ash annoys you too much, I'll help you with him, best friend or not. No way, I can take him on. Still, an extra muscle wouldn't hurt, yeah? Just let me know and I'll back you up. My sister knows this one thing to shut him up when he's being his usual self. Ask me what it is whenever you want, I'll spill it. I don't think that's necessary, but thanks. I'll keep in mind. He leaves me with a smile and a wave. I'll do some new gig again. As for me, we still need to talk. Becca, Ash, and I. Put petty arguments aside, like adults we all are. This, however, is a start. No matter how small it may be. I just hope I keep him safe. A light wind blows again, sending dry leaves swirling in the distance, and the distinct smell of earth is there. For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good. I need to visit the grocery store too. Come to think of it, wasn't there an art store that opened recently near the park? What's going on? A cat? The cat's name is Bear Seal. Or at least that's what its collar says. Cute. It's an odd name to give a cat, in my opinion. But it speaks grace, much like the one that carries itself. It shows the way he swishes his tail and his eyes follow my every hand's movement. I'm not sure what he finds fascinating in me, to be honest. I wasn't the very picture of grace when he found me, after all. It wasn't a bad idea carrying 2 heavy bags. It was a bad idea carrying 2 heavy bags, apart materials, groceries, without help or straight home. In perhaps I shouldn't have bought all these things at the same time. I didn't even make it past the park, and now I'm suffering between the glaring sun, hunched on a park bench and dressed in sweat, and coming a cat curiously watching my every movement. I hope it stays where it is. It's just a black cat, but back home they're considered ill omens. Don't look at me like that. I can act graceful if I want to. Not that I've acted graceful in my life, of course. Growing up with rowdy younger brothers and sisters does that. Maybe it's the opposite. Mama used to call me a little troublemaker before. Well, graceful or not, there's no use moping. A short breather and then I'm off home. Besides, it isn't like the company's bad, even if it's a cat. As long as it doesn't bite, or cross my path. Where's your owner anyway? He has one, doesn't he? An owner? That's what collar's for, isn't it? It manages wrapped around one of its paws, though. I wonder what happened to it. Did you run away? Well, if you don't have one, I won't be able to take you in. Our apartment doesn't allow pets. I tried to bring one home before. A cat. Not black, of course. And Rebecca threw a fit before the landlady could. I take a small packet of sweets from my bag beside me and pop it open. As I'm about to put one in my mouth, he meows. My hand stops. Do you want one? He doesn't meow again as I'm expecting him to, but I take his unblinking gaze as yes. I shift the piece to my palm and hold it out to him wearily. He sniffs at it once, twice before. Beer seal. Oh, it's Miss McCullough. What the hell is her first name? Crap. I actually really don't remember anymore. It probably says here. Marianne. Like a good, properly trained pet, Bear Theo responds as soon as he's called. Recognition comes as soon as my head snaps in the direction of the voice. Miss McCullough is hard to miss, even what with her height. I'm sorry, did my cat hurt you? Miss Santos, was it? I'm surprised to see you here. Nice to meet you again, Miss McCullough. Were you harmed in any way? I'm sorry, Bear Theo is not exactly fond of other people. Even ran away from the veterinarian just now. Oh no, he was just sniffing my hand earlier. My Bear Theo is a she. She? All this time I thought... They paused in the conversation. It just can be called for when it's uncomfortable. We're merely two people working different jobs for the same client. Frankly, meeting like this doesn't happen a lot, and if it does, a simple nod of heads is often enough. I want to talk more about the kitty. I keep my tone cordial and warm. I'm actually surprised you haven't a cat, Miss McCullough. And why is that exactly? There are a lot of people who have pets. Yeah, but not a black one. I'm amazed you're taking care of one. I don't understand what you're trying to get at. Is there a problem with my cat? She's not happy anymore. No, not at all. She's very sweet. It's just, in other cultures, aren't they a sign of bad luck? Back home, it is. My grandmother used to tell me stories about it, and... Nothing has happened to me so far. Displeasure is evident on her face. I'm sorry. Of course, I've forgotten that for other people, black cats are an omen of good luck. There you go again, running your mouth off, Isabella. I rack my brain for a way to remedy the situation, but she holds out her hand. This is a good place to stop another conversation, don't you think? It's good to see you again, Miss Santos. A complete dismissal if I've ever heard one. Well, I guess talking about the kitty wasn't a good thing. Yeah, we're back to where we were before. I watch her as she leaves, though she stops shortly before crossing the threshold, separating the park and the street. She faces me again, like there's something she's forgetting to say. By the way, about the Amagard mansion with my clients, it's the right to me. I hope you don't mind me asking, but has the deal been finalized? There's still a few papers they need, but the house is more or less theirs now. Thank you. That's all I need to know. Wait, about the mansion, the letter, the same one they saw. Whoever she is, she's asking for help. Someone. I want to tell Miss McCullough that the urban legends aren't legends anymore. They're real. She's not going to believe me. Don't mind me, I need to go too. Have a good day, Miss McCullough. I hastened to pick up all the bags from the bench and ran as far as I could take them. In that moment, what I'm carrying in my hands weighed far lighter than the overwhelming guilt trying to consume me. Home. I want to go home. Anywhere where it won't be reminded of the house. Of her. Of my own cowardice. Hmm? Is that the news? The food tastes less appetizing tonight. Pity. One would think that someone who has been on a continuous binge of instant noodles would find home-cooked meal enjoyable. But it isn't. Was not at me tonight. Neither are my sore muscles. The TV runs loudly in the background, but what it says barely registers my brain. It's hard when the things you're trying to forget keep returning to the forefront of your mind. It distracts you, eats at you, devours you. I wish this would stop. I wish I was the one who picked it up. I wish it were someone else. In other news, a woman was found dead in her home yesterday evening. Luxembourg police officials are currently investigating the crime scene, but have classified the case as a homicide. Huh? What? What? No, gross! Oh shit, no! The victim, identified as Rose Pamela Cooper, 33-year-old, working as a real estate agent. Rose? Oh fuck. It's covered lying in a pool of blood in her two-bedroom flat with the words "Help me" repeatedly written in the walls. No. This isn't what I want. This isn't what's supposed to happen. None of this was supposed to happen. No one was supposed to die. Those are just stories, right? Legends. That's what everyone has been telling me, so why? And immediately I rushed to my study table to search my phone. My hand cold from dread, clinging tightly as to the touch damages. A piece of folded paper, the letter, lying unassumingly beside it, slipped to the floor when I picked the device. But I paid no mind to it. There's more important things. Right now, I need to call her. I need to call her. I was with her. I was with her not too long ago, and she was okay. No. It isn't Rose. I'm sure of it. I just talked to her, and they saw this case me, and tears began to fill my vision. One after another, they trickled down, weighted by the very guilt I refused to admit. I've been carrying from the start. The same one I've been hiding from. The same one that's put people I care about in danger. My hand shakes as I navigate Rose's number in my contacts list. She'll answer, right? That's what she always does. She'll pick up, tell me to turn down the waterworks, and call me a wuss afterwards. She'll answer. Please answer, Rose. Again and again I dial. Whispering, praying, pleading. Come on, Rose, please don't do this to me. Please pick up. I know you're there, Rose. You're not dead. Please tell me you're not. This is added to the series of deaths and occurrences that have plagued Luxembourg in recent years. The authorities are currently looking at a possible link between Notoria's and some butcher case. The TV runs loudly in the background. A deafening static sounds from my phone speakers. But in my ears, I only hear the screams, her pleas, her whispers. Help me. We are not safe. Well, I think that's a good place to end this. Because, yeah, holy fuck. Really good Rose. Oh, man, it was such a good day too. I got food. I got food. We blessed the house, everything. I guess I was right. The blessing, it amped everything up to a vengeance. And yeah. Oh, poor Rose. She didn't deserve any of this. Okay. Well. Alright, well, I'll play again, honestly, I'll probably play again a little later today, but I probably won't be able to post a video until tomorrow, so until then, I'll see you guys.